So I was a weird kid. And yes, I know the title and the intro is overused, but it's for a good reason, because kids are young, inexperienced people who don't really know how the world works. And some kids are stranger than others. So I'm here today to tell you about some of the things that I did when I was younger that will make you say, "Whoa, you're a weird kid." So let's rewind the clock to the late 2000s and early 2010s, sit back, relax, and let's jump in. When I was in the first or second grade, I had a phase where I genuinely believed I had the power to turn into any animal. Do you know the character Beast Boy from Teen Titans? Yeah, it was just like that. And I remember this one night, my sister and I were in our backyard when I noticed there was a full moon. And as soon as I saw it, I immediately went on all fours and started howling. Like a wolf. My sister looked at me like I was crazy and told me to shut up, and I did. But that wasn't the only time it happened. The second time, my mom woke me up in the morning to go to school and she told me to wake my sister up. Instead of shaking her gently or nudging her, I had the big brain idea to stand on the bed and crow like a rooster. And it worked because my sister woke up, but she immediately told me to shut up, and that was the end of that phase. Another weird thing I did around that age was creating my own language. Yep, that's right, I tried to make my own language. And since I was a little kid and stupid, the language I tried to make didn't have any structure or grammar in it. People just asked me what certain things were in my language and I just made up a word on the spot. I only remember 2 words from this made-up language, mug and shenge, which means ugly and beautiful, respectively. And the only reason why I still remember is because every now and again my family likes to bring it up. So, thank you to all the Shenge people who clicked on this video. Speaking of language and talking, when I first started elementary school, I didn't talk to anyone. At all. I didn't speak unless someone talked to me first, but even then I spoke very quietly and replied with less than 10 words. Which confused some of the kids who went to the same kindergarten as me because they knew I could talk. I just chose not to for some reason. Eventually, I did start to speak more and more, but it was too late. Everyone had already figured out that I was a little weird, including the teachers. Another talking and language mishap that happened to me around that age was because of a certain comic that I was into at the time. And that comic was The Smurfs. In case you're not familiar, The Smurfs is a comic series from Belgium about the adventures of these tiny blue creatures living in a magical forest. I loved the books as a kid. I would read them every day and even bring some to school to show to my classmates, and I became known as the Smurf Kid. And something important that you have to know about the Smurfs is that they have their own language called the Smurf language, which according to the official wiki is a variation of the human language where the word Smurf is substituted for whatever noun, verb, adjective, or adverb is being used. Here's an example of that. Pause to read. And I decided to speak in the Smurf language because I didn't really know. My 7-year-old brain is a mystery. Anyway, I started speaking the Smurf language, which my classmates find very weird and mildly annoying. This whole thing got really out of hand to the point that the teacher had to tell me to stop and talk normally. Okay, so for this last story, it's more stupid than weird, but it's too good to be left out, so I'm including it anyway. When I was about 7 years old, I really wanted to fly. As in, I want to have the ability to fly, like Superman. I mean, it sounds like the ideal superpower to have as a 7-year-old, you know? You get to go anywhere you want without having to ask your parents to drive you. Heck, even now as an adult, I wish I had that superpower because gas prices are starting to get ridiculous. Anyway, one weekend I was watching Ratatouille and there was a scene where Remy was being chased by the evil chef guy, I forgot his name, and he glides over a river using a piece of paper. And that scene sparked an idea in my head. Of course! Why didn't I think of this sooner? This is a great idea. I'm going to make a wingsuit out of paper. Hey, I told you this story is more stupid than weird. After coming up with that grand idea, I went up to my room and immediately started working. I tore up pages from my notebook, glued them all together, and after hours of hard work, I did it. My wingsuit is ready. Wow, really? Did it work? Obviously not, because if it did, I would have been on the news. So yeah, the wingsuit didn't work, mainly because it looked like this. Yeah, I didn't know how I got into college either. I really wish I had a picture of it because it looks so stupid, and it's even more stupid to think that I thought that suit would actually work. Now, I don't understand physics that much, and I don't think I knew what physics was at that age. but looking back at it now, there's a lot of reasons why that suit didn't work. Not to mention the way I tested it was just running around the backyard hoping I would go airborne. But after a few minutes of running, to my disappointment, I didn't fly. Oh, and I actually did this twice. My second attempt was a month later, and this time I made the suit a little bit bigger and it ended up looking like this. I have to admit, this one actually looked like a real wingsuit, but did it work? Still no. And after that, I never made a wingsuit ever again. And I never achieved my dream of being the first 7-year-old to fly in a homemade wingsuit made out of paper. Oh well, I can always dream. Hello everyone, welcome to the end card. Thank you so much for watching my video, my very first storytime video. I hope you like it, and I hope you'll stick around for more of my silly little videos. Okay, bye.